Hello, my lovelies. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome back to another Tarot Tuesday, which we read cards for free. I will pull a card for you, absolutely no charge at all. And we will just do general readings. And then at the end of this episode, as per always, I will do a general week reading where I will pull a card and see how our week is going to go. All right. So do me a favor. Let me know that you're here in chat, especially if you want your card read. Make sure you say something and let your presence be known. um, for those that might be here for the first time, I will explain how I do readings. I am a little different when it comes to traditional tarot card readers. My gift comes through words. So I actually will pull a card and then use the words from the guide to decide what exactly you're supposed to be. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing chat right now, and I'm not sure why. I'm going to do something real quick and see if I can get this to fix. We always seem to have a problem with chat, don't we? It never seems to fail. Something always happens with our chat, and I am trying to figure it out. That's weird. Our chat's not working, guys. Again. Let me see if there is something I did on the back end where I might have disabled chat, which I don't think I did. I've not touched it. So allow comments, show many viewers. Okay. Cancel. It's all good over here. I'm trying. I'm sorry, guys. This is a technical difficulty that we've not had issues with. I'm doing this over this side, so hold on. See if it's something to do with my keyboard or anything like that. Make sure nothing was falling on it. It was. Something was falling. All right, I can see chat now. What? Oh, that was a little stressor, but guess what? We got through it like we always do. So now I can see Lori's here. Hi, Maria. How are you? You're here listening. Got to prep for procedure tomorrow. Oh goodness, Lori. Hugs and energy to you. Hugs and energy to you. All right, Lydia. How are you, my dear? How are you? Maria, I am loving your videos. I'm loving the book recommendations. I just got a new book, Maria, that I might recommend to you if you like Celtic witchcraft at all. But I got this book called The Encyclopedia of Celtic Wisdom, and I'm going to tell you, it's the first book in a very long time that has challenged me in reading. There's some things that are in here that I have no clue about at all. I don't know any of these names. I don't know any of these places. And so as I'm reading, it's taking me a while to read. I'm having to like Google stuff. So at least I'm willing to admit that I do that. But this has been a good book, and I'm really enjoying it. So are we here for readings? You like my shirt, Lydia? This is I got it from Amazon, I think. Yeah, got it from Amazon, and I don't think you can see it on the screen, but my little septum ring, it's got little it's got little skulls. I'm like, I love it. Oh my goodness. So Amber, you're here. Yay! What's up? I'm gonna look it up, Maria. Look it up. It is really, really good. It has been a really good read. But like I said, it's super challenging, but it's okay. that's why you read. You read so you can challenge yourself and learn new things. And I'm definitely learning new things. Like the beginning of this book talks about how Ireland became Ireland, how the Malaysians, I'm probably saying that wrong, Malaysians took from, or like overtook, the Tuatha De Danann, which were like gods. Anyways, it was super cool. I'll stop talking about that now because we're not here for that. We're here for tarot. All right. I was going to read with my Rider-Waite deck. And what I do normally before we get started is I always try to check in with the decks, see what kind of energy they have. That Rider-Waite deck does not want to be messed with tonight. I don't know why, but every time I would pull a card, it was like, it was a card that wasn't even for me. So it's not talking to me tonight, which is fine. I don't need to talk to it. We have our Wildwood cards, our Darkwood cards, and we have our Goddess cards. So who wants to decide what cards for tonight? Do you guys want the Goddess deck or do you want the Darkwood deck? Not too much. I'm pretty sure I already told you, but it's official move-in date. Yes, you told me, and I'm super excited. Are you and Garrett going to, probably not, but are you and Garrett going to be able to come over on Thursday? We're going to do like an EVA foam kind of class kind of thing here, because we've got a lot of, you cast members that want to learn how to make your own armor and stuff out of foam. So we're kind of doing that. All right, Maria. Maria, you love the Darkwood ones, don't you? Oh. So right now we have Lydia, Garrett, and yourself. Oh, I was going to also show you something else. So if you're on TikTok, you've heard me talk about spell kits, especially if you were looking at my TikTok lives. I have finished the first one. I will show you what it looks like. All right. It is that box that I was showing you, right? Kind of cute. When you open it up, it's got like a little shelf of stuff, right? And the inside says, "Dream as if you'll live forever." This is the spell kit for banishing bad habits. So what I included in here was, there's a scroll with the actual spell and the instructions for the spell in here. I'll show you what that kind of looks like. There is a sigil that was custom made for this one. So you've got like the little instructions, and then you have the instructions for the sigil. And there's the sigil that was created for this. So there's that inside there. Then we have, since it is banishing, we're going to use a black candle. So I have a black candle. I believe I took it out for a moment, but there's like a little toothpick, like a little wooden toothpick, that you're going to be able to carve the habit that you want to banish into the candle. And then while that candle's burning, the whole spell is about taking a ritual bath to get this negativity out of your body and to get this habit out of your body, so that way it'll wash away with the bath. And so I created a little bath sachet that you just put in there, and it's reusable. And there is an obsidian crystal in here to also help with that. And then one more thing in there is a little thing of protection powders. And around it is how to use it. The instructions on how to use these protection powders. And this is something I did myself. And again, that sigil is on the bottle. So that's the first of the spell kits. What do you guys think? Joby, you're here. What's up? Yay! I'm so glad you made it. Are you off your Instagram ban? I still don't know why they banned that. That was so dumb. That was dumb. Dumb, I say. All right. So yeah, I finally got this finished. Oh, we also have our junk oracle that we can use for this time. Who wants junk oracle, maybe? Was it? Oh, what did Ember say? Garrett, not a chance. Not too much pressure. Oh, you're letting Ember know who's who's wanting to get read. All right. So when it's your turn, if you want me to read with the junk oracle, I'll read you with the junk oracle. If you just rather have tarot, we will do the tarot. All right. So, dun, dun, dun. Tomorrow being Witchy Wednesday, I am not sure what I want to do. There's been a lot of things that I'd like to do with and talk about. And we've talked about energy last week. We talked about grounding the week before. I almost feel like I'd like to talk about what is sacred space. Like, how do we create sacred space? But I don't know. What would you guys like to talk about while I get these cards ready? Let me know in the comments. What do you want to talk about? What is questions that you have about the craft? And maybe it doesn't have to do with anything in particular. It's just like, oh, I want to know how to do this. All right. And if I don't know how to do it, I'll look it up. All right. I got the cards ready. Let's go. Lydia, you are the first. So let's go. All right, Lydia. Oh, you got the Six of Wands. Now, this card is one of those cards that immediately I don't necessarily have to look it up in the book because of the way the card makes me feel immediately. Lydia, this is people got your back. Like, you are heading in to the right path. You are on your way. You are on this journey that you are supposed to be on, and you've got people that are taken up for you. You've got people that are like, yeah, that's my girl and you don't mess with her, you know? So, let's see. I would like to be read, blah, blah, blah. Me after whoever's next. All right. Let's look at what the Six of Wands has to say as far as the words, so that way I can look and see what words stick out for me. And this was not in shadow, this was forward facing. Success and inspiring others, held in high regard, reason to celebrate, support is offered, movement is clear, the struggle subsides, all parties are. Oh no, this is kind of cool. You are finally getting like this rhythm. You are getting this rhythm where like things still bother you. Things still bother you. But there are like you're figuring it out and there's people that support you with all this and you're in like a really good place right now. Right now you're in a good place. That's what this feels like. It feels like this moment is good for you. The moments to come this week are good for you. It's you just feel the word kind comes up. And I don't know why, because that's a weird way of describing somebody, but you feel kind. You know? So, all right. Next, we have Lori. And Lori, you said you want the tarot. Okay. You want the tarot. I feel this really weird energy from you, Lori. The word it sounds like a childish word when I describe, but I feel ucky. I feel ucky. Like here, like in the stomach area. I feel ucky. Like you're nervous. And you said you had a procedure tomorrow, so that's probably it. You're probably nervous about that. But it's like a hard, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like in my stomach here. That's what I feel. It's just heavy. You had a big dinner, didn't you? You had a big dinner. So you got the 10 of Wands. All right. You got the 10 of Wands. Lydia, good. I am glad that felt right to you. Because it just feels good. It feels like you're in a good place. However, Lori, you've got this feeling. Says a goal achieved, a cycle complete, gathering time, relax and plan for the future. Time for renewal, a job well done, a new cycle awaits, rest now. So I'm getting a new cycle awaits. Like there are certain things that are in motion still, but it's a new motion. It's a different motion. It's coming from a different area. There were things that were in play even last week, and those things have kind of fizzled out. They're kind of coming to an end, but then there's these new issues. Now that that's come to an end, now these have to be dealt with. And that's what this feels like. It feels like, okay, I've finished one thing. Now it's time for me. And maybe that's it. There's like this then fear of the unknown kind of thing. Maybe that's what I'm feeling from you. But that's your stomach does have cramps. Okay. Oh, that's what you're prepping for. Oh, I hate those. Oh, I hate those. I hate them so much. Oh, when anybody says prepping, because I've had so many surgeries, I just assume that you can't eat for 24 hours. Like that's that's what I assume. Like, oh, okay, they're just not eating. You get clear liquids, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, your card indicates that there's something that has come to a close or is closing, and there's this new thing that now is being addressed, and it's a new journey, a new cycle. And I keep seeing the moon. I'm not sure why. You're gonna have to let me understand that later. I don't know why I see the moon, but I do. All right. Maria wants the junk oracle. All right, Maria. Maria, you find this pretty fun, don't you? Okay. So I'm going to mix up my oracle so that way what falls out is what falls out. Okay. Let's find what comes out for you. Okay. So you've got a mirror with the unicorn on top of it. So this tells me that you are starting to see these magical gifts that you have. You're starting to recognize them. The child is very close to that mirror and that unicorn. So, and the unicorn is looking at the child. So I think that maybe some things are starting to happen with your child that indicate that she has these gifts too, that you're starting to see these gifts kind of manifest in her. You've got a lot of joy going on right now, but it's a cautious joy. You've got the cone sitting next to this caution cone sitting next to the dancing bear. And this cautious joy is, you've got the milk bottle sitting next to it. So I'm going to go back to the family. Like you're still cautiously optimistic. You feel good, but you're still watching how things play out. And that really kind of emphasized by the fact that there's the eye, and the eye is watching the milk. The eye is looking directly at the milk there. But there is still like a lot of love. There's the heart right there next to this. So there's nothing ill about this joy. It's just cautious. Like, you don't want somebody to pull the rug out from underneath you. That's what this is coming from. And you've got a little doggy, which is the Monopoly man. So I feel like you might have a little bit of money, not a big money, but a little bit of extra cash coming your way for something. Like, somebody sells something and you've got some extra cash coming your way. But that's what your junk oil oracle says. All right, Maria, does that make sense to you at all? Let's see. Then we have Juby's doing the tarot. Garrett is tarot. Ember's tarot. Tarot or... Okay, so you, Ember, don't care either way. All right. And to answer will the apartment work out? Will the stress... Okay, got it. I am going to put this up since nobody else is doing the junk oracle. I love the junk oracle. I think it's a fun way of divining information. And I think for the most part, I seem to be pretty accurate with the readings with the junk oracle. So that makes me feel good that I'm doing the right thing. Oh, speaking of other readings, I finally got those done. These came out so pretty. I did another little set of runes. They're so pretty. So I was like, oh. And I got to see somebody today that I hadn't normally seen. I got to see, somebody that comes into our tarot readings. Lydia, you know that somebody. And it was nice. I had to go to our local metaphysical shop because the spell kits that I am putting together, I didn't have carnation petals, and I did not have lemon verbena, so I had to go get both. But all right, we do have a storm that it sounds like it's rolling through. If I get disconnected as per usual, I'll just start back up again. All right, Juby. Hey, Amanda, how are you? That's the bigger question. How are you doing? I'm sure you're exhausted. All right, Juby, let's get you. Juby, you have two cards that decided that they have to come out. You got the Eight of Wands. And you've got the Ten of Cups in shadow. Ten of Cups is one of my favorites because it does talk about emotional happiness. But remember, when we talk about the cups, if the cups are in shadow, that's the pouring out of your happiness. That I don't like to see. I don't like to see that anybody is trying to pour out a friend's happiness. So let's go. Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is the space between wish and culmination. It is the call and response of the universe. Prayers are sent, forces are set in motion. It is impossible to see where intentions will land. It is too late to alter their course. You've made a move. You've done something. You've done something recently, and you're wondering whether or not that was the right thing. And I'm going to tell you, because of what the cups looks like, I'm going to read the cups, but I'm going to pretty much say that what was sent out is not going to be what you think is returning. But let's double check. I'd rather double check the cups and make sure that I'm telling you the right thing. But right now, what I feel from that first card is that you set something into motion. You decided to do something. Do you second guess happiness? Do you wait with bated breath for good fortune to come to an end? There's no surer way to bring good stuff to a grinding halt than waiting for the moment it will slip away. So you, by second guessing your decision, you are sabotaging yourself. Yeah, there's something that you've put an intention out. By you second guessing that intention, it's going to sabotage it. It's not going to come to fruition as long as you are second guessing that thing that you did. Okay? It doesn't necessarily feel no. Okay, so when I come to like life choices, this isn't an extra large fry. This is like just a large fry. Okay? It's not an extra large fry. It's a large fry. So it's kind of big, something you kind of decided was really big, but you're second guessing yourself, and by second guessing yourself, you're sabotaging your own happiness. It won't come true. Okay? It won't turn out the way you want it to. So, Amanda, you say I'm okay. Okay, so your mom's surgery is after 5, which for me would be another like hour and a half, 2.5 hours, I think. And Juby, yeah, I know it's hard. I know it's hard, especially when it's like a big thing. But that negative will attract negative. So instead, try to keep faith that what you've sent out is going to come to you exactly the way that you want it to. All right? Yeah. That's all you can do is just keep moving on, right? Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. I'm not a fan of Disney movies, but I do love Meet the Robinsons because that's one of the phrases is keep moving forward. And I'm just like, that's all you can do. That's all you can do is just keep moving forward. Oh, goodness. All right, Garrett. Let's get you, Garrett. Yeah, Juby, if it's something that you are second guessing, I would say during your meditation, actually just see it as yours. All right, see it as this is what I have already. Right now, I feel like a lot of the thoughts that are coming towards this intention are like, well, maybe, or when this comes in, or if this works. Like, there's a lot of qualitative statements happening on your end for this. So instead, don't negate what's coming to you. When you set a qualitative statement on there, you negate what comes to you. So instead say, I have this opportunity. This opportunity is mine. That way it's real. It becomes your reality because you have assumed of it as reality. Okay. So Disney's a huge thing, Amanda. Really? I was not a Disney princess fan. That was me. I was not a Disney princess fan because I was raising 4 daughters and I didn't want my daughters to believe that, happiness was a man. So they weren't allowed to watch Disney princess. I don't know, hateful mama, wasn't I? Yeah, they weren't allowed to watch Disney princess movies. Of course, they watched them because, other people's houses. I can't control what they see at other people's houses. But they really didn't watch a whole lot of Disney. They did watch Mulan and Brave. I think Brave was the first, but that's still Pixar, isn't it? Isn't Brave? No, Brave is Disney. Yeah. Yeah. So. Oh, okay. See, yeah. When they brought out Brave, I was like, okay, all right, Disney, I see what you're doing there. I'm okay. I'm on board. I'm on board, Disney, right? All right, Garrett, let's pull your card. Garrett, you got the 9 of Cups. It is not in shadow. which is good. 9 of Cups. Your wish comes true. Hidden ramifications, treats and tasty delights. Having exactly what you want, all the tasty bits. Yum, 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 yes. So, I think, Garrett, you are in a stage where you are happy. Things are going well. That hidden ramifications part, that hidden ramifications is kind of sticking out. There are things that are going to change, and it's just a part of what you've now been given, this blessing that you've been given, right? It is, there are certain things that have to change because of the happiness that you have right now. Okay. So keep your mind open that things are going to change. And if you want to continue the happiness, you have to understand those changes and just kind of accept them. Okay. There we go. I had my little cauldron going. I had a little working in there. Let's see. I wasn't until they brought Brave. It's all about gargoyles. Oh, gargoyles. Yeah, my daughter loved gargoyles. Yes, I like the newer movies. They are not dependent on a man. Exactly. Exactly. You know? I listened to a podcast, Fairy Tales, Fables, and something. It's on Audible, and it's all these fairy tales, but the original telling of them. And some of the stuff that Disney, based their movies off of, their early movies. Yo, oh my God. Aladdin's a jerk. Aladdin's a jerk. I had never read the story of Aladdin until then. And when I was listening to her tell the story, I was like, Aladdin's a jerk. Let's see. Can you please pull a card for me? Yes, Amanda, I can. You mean the Broom Brother? Oh, the Grimm Brothers? These are some Grimm Brothers, but then they're like even before the Grimm Brothers, like variations of these tales. There were some Japanese tales that they were telling. There's some Chinese tales. There were some Middle Eastern tales that they were telling. So it was really interesting, but all of them had like this similarity to them. For whatever, sorry, that got loud. For whatever Disney was using, like Disney used pieces of these stories. So it was kind of cool. All right. So, Amber, it's now time for you to get your reading, and then we go on to Amanda, right? Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. Before I tell you this card, do not panic. You're going to hit the panic button when I tell you. Please don't panic. Okay? You got the Tower card. Don't panic, though, because it's in shadow. Okay? Do not panic. Not until I read it. Then you can panic all you want. Stop hyperventilating. You're fine. Oh, no, I would be, if I saw this pulled into one of mine, this is the card I panic over. So, here's what yours have to say. Starting fights and aggression towards others and the self, stoking extreme emotion in others and amping up situations to gain attention, making purposeful trouble, breaking others down, not knowing when to stop, complete insertion of ego. So in regards to the question that you've asked, the card is upside down, so it's not going to totally destroy. What it is going to do is test you. Both of you are going to want it your way or the highway. You got to both kind of compromise. It's going to be a rough spot. This is going to be a rough spot. It's going to take some adjusting. Both of you have certain ideas of how you go about day-to-day life, and you're both going to have to learn to compromise. But let me pull an oracle card for you. I want a clarification on this, because I know what I'm feeling, but I want a clarification. Success. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So we did pull success. This is going to be a tough transition. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like to lie to people. I don't like telling you rough things. But in this case, this is going to be rough. This is going to be one of those things that is testing. And you both have to check your egos at the door. That's what this card reads. As long as you can check your egos at the door and learn to compromise with one another, you're going to be just fine. Okay, kiddo? So. I know. As soon as I pulled that card, you were like, no. But it's fine. You just have to, it's all about learning to live with each other's faults and being okay with them. You know, you have faults, I have faults, everybody has faults. And when you first move in with somebody, you get to know their faults really, really well. Really, really well. You know, one of my pet peeves, I can't stand this for some reason. I can't stand for a glass to be put in the refrigerator with no top on it. Like, if it falls over, then the whole fridge has to be cleaned out. Like, it's annoying to me, right? My husband, what does he do? He puts cups in the top of the refrigerator all the time. It's annoying. But is it so annoying that I have to start a fight? No. I just look at him and I'm like, ugh, and I'll move it. You know, like. So when you move in with people, that's kind of the thing. Is like you just get to know each other's faults. So the Tower card makes sense. You are leaving entirely what you've known as comfortable. This is a totally different start, you know? You are destroying that old part, and now you are moving to a different part of your life. So don't fear it. It's perfectly okay. All right? No fear. Just make sure you both check your egos at the door. Hi, Cree. How are you? You are friends with Lydia, correct? Correct? Yes, I didn't get to you last time. There was like lightning and I missed you entirely. So Amanda is next, and then I will get Cree. Oh, excuse me. I am still dealing with that tonsillitis a bit. My throat's a little achy. I've been on antibiotics though for 8 days now. Yeah. So. All right. Amanda wants the tarot. Okay. All right, Amanda. To litter his dirty laundry everywhere. Here's what, dear. This is what my husband, his pet peeve is about me. This is gonna shock everybody. It's kind of funny. You've got the toilet lid and then you got the seat, right? Well, the seat is down. He prefers the lid to be completely closed too, and it's my habit not to close the lid. I don't know why. It's just the thing I have. It drives him batcrap crazy. All right, Amanda, you want to know, is your mom going to pull through this? Okay. All right. Let's see. Some reason when I'm connecting to that energy, Amanda, my right leg is achy, like up towards the thigh part. It's achy. It's not like painful, like not stabbing pain, but just aches, like the hip maybe. You also got the Nine of Cups, but you got the Nine of Cups in shadow. For some reason, I'm being shh. I keep shh. That noise is just like, let's find out why. In shadow. Why do you want what you want? What lies at the heart of your desire? Has your dream been held for so long it is romanticized? Is it unattainable? Have you fostered an identity around the struggle for such a thing? What would it mean to strive for something completely new? Can you become still and pleased with what you have? Can you find pleasure in the color, sound, and texture surroundings you again? So, Amanda, what I'm getting, the message I'm getting is that this might not be it, but it is coming. And you need to understand, why do you want her still here? Besides the fact that you love her. Is it in her best interest for you to hold on so tight? Basically, the cards want you to prep yourself. This is all talking about grief. This is all talking about grief. Do you feel the sun rise and set inside you? Do you? Do you feel it? You asked that question because you knew the answer to it. But you don't want to know the answer to that. You don't want that answer to be true. Here's a phrase, and I don't know why I'm saying it, but the moonlight shines through your eyes. The moonlight shines through your eyes. And I don't know what that means. And I don't know if maybe it means something to you. But that's just, the moonlight shines through your eyes. Yeah, I think that's something. Yeah. Oh, she is having a bit of leg pain. Okay. It's not immediate, Amanda. It's not. It doesn't feel immediate, at least. Which is also going to make it even more difficult. You've got to, like, my grandfather, it took years. We knew for years that he was getting worse. And it was agony. It was agony. And one of the things, there's a movie called A Monster Calls. And at the end of the movie, he has to tell his truth. And the truth is, sometimes you want to let them go because it hurts too bad. Not because they hurt too bad, because it hurts too bad. And that is a truth. That is an absolute truth. When my grandfather was passing, I just wanted it to be over with because it hurt so much. It hurt so much, you know? So, you know where I am if you need a shoulder, if you need an ear. I'm here, okay? But it's just going to be a rough one. And you just got to get yourself ready for it. All right, Amanda? It's getting the best of, yeah. And that's not a quick thing either. RA is like lupus. It's just a slow thing. And it slowly takes away parts of you. I get that. But if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. All right. I know that doesn't help. I had a lot of people to talk to. It didn't help. It's been, see, he died in 2008. So it's been a while. And it has just been in the very last 2 to 3 years that I could talk without crying. When my grandfather first passed away, I didn't tell anybody at work. I didn't tell anybody that I worked with that my grandfather passed away. Why? I didn't want to be talked to about it. Did not want to talk about it. I didn't want anybody asking me about it. I wanted to go on and that be the one place that life was normal. Because when I came back, life wasn't. So, yeah. Yeah. It's so that year was rough. That year was rough. All right, Cree, do you have any special questions you'd like answered? Oh, and we have Universal? I don't know who the Universal poll. I thought there was a screen. I'm done. I thought there was a screen name by the name of Universal. I'm done. There we go. Hold on. I am blowing out some candles here. Because it's getting to my throat. All right. Not at the moment, Cree. You just want a regular reading. Okay. All right. Cree, it feels like you're trying to draw your mind blank. Like you're trying to be still, like you're trying to calm. I don't know. It's not like you're hyper or anything, that you're just trying to be really, really I'm giving nothing. You got the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords. And 5 of Swords is an interesting one because you have a woman that's chained to the cave and she's got 2 swords on her back, and there's another woman with a sword in her hand. So which one are you? Do you have the swords in your back? Or are they in your hand? Let's find out. Cruelty to others, jealousy, superior brute force, delight in another's demise, preying on the weak, acts of cruelty, no accountability, choose words with care, think before acting, stand up for yourself. A strike at someone else is a strike against the self. Okay, so all these things, they're not you. Some of them are, though. Some of them are like retaliation. So what I see is this is how I see these words. I see a person standing in the middle of all these swirling words. All these words, like you're constantly being told not good enough. There's a feeling either you're being told you're not good enough, or somebody's implying it to you, or somebody's trying to. This is all you. This is all your feelings. Some of those things that I say, those are, you say negative things about yourself. So you add to the swirling wind. There's things that people have said to you that make you feel this way, but then you add your own commentary. You add your own negative thoughts to yourself. And so it's this constant, just shadow. constant shadow, just swirling around. And you just kind of watch it go by. Like you're in the middle of it and you know it's happening, you know you do it, but there's not a break. Like you can't see a break to move out of this pattern. That's Oh, so you've got a toxic household. Okay. That's what it's this swirling, like, and you just can't find your way to get out of this. It's dark, very dark. I'm gonna pull you an extra card, Cree, because I don't like this. I feel trapped in this feeling. That's what I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel trapped in this feeling. So I'm gonna pull an oracle card. And I want to find out what the movement is. Like, what is it that needs to happen? What needs to happen for this movement? How do I how do I how do I escape? How do I escape? Spirit. Spirit. They're breaking your spirit. Don't let them break your spirit. To escape this, you have to be able to stand your own, stand strong in who you are. Plans need to be made, but it's going to require this stoutness in spirit. Like you cannot falter you can't start repeating those things against yourself. You got to stop saying these things against yourself, because that's damaging your spirit. That's damaging the strength that you need to be able to see a clearing. Because right now what's happening, I get this now. Sorry, my eye has got hair in it. What I'm seeing, you have become so bogged down in this darkness that it's kind of created this mindset that I don't know and I'll never be out. And that breaking of your spirit causes you not to see your way out. So you have to be able to kind of go, all right, I'm strong, I am worthy, I am worth this. And then you'll start seeing opportunities to clear. Does that make sense to you? I hope so, Cree. Let's see. Oh, extremely, I can't see. I get that. I do. So that's the whole thing, Cree. That self-loathing is what's preventing you from seeing. It's damaging to your spirit. That's why that spirit card came up. And I keep mentioning it because and here's the other thing, and I don't know why. I don't know if maybe it's because of the way you're sitting, but something hurts right here. Right here. Something hurts. In the back of my shoulder, kind of towards the left of my shoulder blade. If that's, being like all tense, I don't know, but something hurts there. I get screamed at and threatened. Yeah. You've got a lot of shadow work to do then, Cree. A lot of shadow work. I don't know your belief system, so I'm sorry for assuming that. That was rude of me. If you're not pagan at all, I know that there are different methods of healing. For pagans and for witches, we call this shadow work. And shadow work is, I ask myself something I hate about myself. Why do I do that? What triggered that thing in particularly? Why do I say this about myself? And then I go back and I find those situations and I try to rationalize why those things weren't my fault and why I'm okay as a person that I am today, you know? So, all right. So you are a witch. Okay. All right. So you understand, um, with witchcraft, we have to have energy. We have to have energy in order to perform our spells. Shadow work is a way of making sure that the work that we're doing has all of our energy, because we use a lot of energy pretending that things don't hurt in us, that we don't need to be healed. We kind of put those broken pieces away, and keeping those broken pieces in the shadow is taking energy from your actual magic, the things that you actually want to do. So, shadow work is looking at those broken pieces and healing them. And sometimes it's healing through, actual going to therapy and counseling. That's shadow work. For me, shadow work is I actually have, let me pull my little shadow book over here. My shadow work is this little book, and in the book, I have things like on my table of contents. The two things that I've been working on as late is taking up space. I don't feel like I have the right to take up space, and that's from being abused. And then also being weak, being seen as being weak or being dumb. Those are my pieces of shadow work. And so I will ask myself, what instances do I feel this particular feeling and what triggers those feelings? And I'm constantly trying to figure out whether or not these feelings are seen from a child's perspective. Like I created these feelings because the situation that I was in as a child made me think this. And then heal that part. That's what shadow work is. And it takes a lot of energy and it's not fun. It is not fun. I'm going to be completely honest with you. However, and this goes for everybody watching, if you're doing shadow work and every time you talk about a certain thing or you think about a certain thing and you get triggered, please go get to a counselor or a therapist or something. Talk to a friend, talk to a spiritual guide that you trust. But if something's always triggering you, then that to me tells me that I need help getting over that trigger. And so I will go talk to somebody that will help me get over that trigger. So if that's something that's happening to you during shadow work, make sure that you go and talk to a counselor or somebody, okay? But that's what shadow work is. It's just witch therapy. That's all it is. It's just witch therapy. And every last one of us need it. Every last one of us need it. Some more than others. But the thing is that we know from being witches that we are powerful. We can create our own, right? Our own reality. So if I want to get all my energy into that reality, I need to check my history. I need to find what hurt and fix it. So that's that. I love shadow work. And I'm working on a couple of journal entries for shadow work. Is that something that you guys would want to look more into on Wednesdays? I get asked a lot about shadow work. A lot. I've done a podcast and a YouTube interview for it. So let's pull our universal card. Our universal card. And Cree, I hope that helped a little. I know that sometimes when you're in that particular, like that's just the swirl of hate, it seems very frustrating. Everything seems to be a band-aid. So I understand, but I hope in some little way I was able to help. So what it means when I consistently get triggered by people speaking about my loved ones that could be taken negatively, even though they don't mean it in that way or say they don't. So Ember, for me, what I've noticed, like if I get triggered by somebody talking ugly about my family, for me, what that means, because that is one of my triggers, I don't like people talking ugly about my family. It's because I don't like people talking ugly about me. And I want people to stand up for me. So no one ever put their foot down, besides my mom. My mom would put her foot down, but like that was it. I never had anybody before my husband say, no, you cannot treat her that way. You cannot talk to her that way, right? Because I never had that. I always want to be that. If you're always doing something and you're like, I hate doing this, but I do it all the time, it's probably because you wish somebody would do it for you. So you guys think shadow work would be good. Okay, all right. All right, let's find the universal card. And I'll work on some shadow work stuff. The Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Interesting. She was in shadow when I picked her up. Excitement turns to hatred, wonder to bitterness, and delight to dour and dinginess when one stuffs desire into subconscious realms. This bright, shining queen is danger when her flames burn out of control. How do you express anger? Has your own intense desire taken on a life of its own? Are you willing to hurt others in order to get the results you want, or is there another way that is kinder and gentler? Consider how you respond to the world around you. Can you channel your intense passion into a sustainable fire that nourishes yourself and others? Be the change. Be the change. So there are times, this universal card, I think it's me. All right, it's me, y'all. There are times where I look at things and I'm like, you know what? We're burning it all to the ground. I don't care anymore. We're burning it all to the ground. Everybody can go away. I'm burning it down. Right? We get so frustrated with life. We're like, nope, burning it all down. So I think this week we're going to feel those frustrations. We're going to be like, nope, done. I'm walking away. I'm quitting. Here's the keys. Can't do it anymore. Right? This card is reminding us that sometimes our passions get away with us. Sometimes our desires are bigger than what we can actually hold. So this week, if you feel yourself getting frustrated, take a step back, look at it from a logical perspective, not a feeling perspective, because this card is our feeling, right? From a logical perspective, step back. What's happening in the situation? Is the situation because I thought, and this was a powerful statement said to me once before. Am I upset because my expectations weren't met? And were the expectations set by myself, or did somebody else give me these expectations? Right? Because if I set the expectations of a situation and then you don't deliver on my expectations, how did you know what my expectations were? You didn't. I set the rules and didn't tell you. Right? So sometimes we get mad like that. Sometimes we get mad at other people because the expectation we had was not met. But it's not their fault that the expectation was not met. It's ours. So this week, my lovelies, make sure that if you get frustrated and you're angry, take a step back and ask yourself that. Am I angry because my expectations were not met? The expectations that I set and did not tell anybody. Okay? So let's see. So it's longing for, yes. Yes, Ember, that's exactly it. When you always defend other people, it's because you're wanting somebody to defend you. That's it. And you're so used to somebody being ugly to you that you assume that everybody is being ugly to everybody. So, but this week we are going to look and see, are we angry because our expectations were not met and we didn't tell anybody? All right. All right, my lovelies. Be happy. Be safe. Tomorrow is Witchy Wednesday. And we will talk about shadow work. And would you guys be interested in learning a little ritual that I do for shadow work? How I get into that mindset of being able to slow myself down enough to think about these triggers? Okay. All right. Then I will show you the ritual that I use, and we will talk about shadow work tomorrow. All right, my lovelies? All right. Be happy. Be safe. I love you all. All right. And please, 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 if you have not gotten vaccinated already, please think about getting vaccinated, because that Delta variant is really scary. Okay. And I don't want any of my lovelies to get sick. So please, just think about it. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.